Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Supreme Council for Planning discusses performance of the Sultan's economy and indices of the gross domestic product. Royal Oman Police celebrates launching of the Omani e-visa system. And the Ministry of Education and University of Cambridge signed an agreement to develop math and science subjects. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. In its second meeting of the year, Supreme Council of Planning reviewed performance of the Sultan's economy, indices of the Sultan gross domestic product, inflation rates, and the performance of Muscat securities market in light of the continuing bearish oil prices and their impact on the financial status of the Sultanate. The Council also discussed the procedure being taken by the government for the approved strategic projects and the procedures being taken to implement World Bank's recommendation on strengthening growth of the private sector. It as well discussed the status of the urban planning in the Sultanate, the progress in the National Strategic Project for the urban development, and freehold alternatives in the real estate market in the Sultanate. The Council got acquainted with the status of shifting the e-government program, affirming that the implementation of this project will continue in order to strengthen performance in the government sector. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud As-Sinaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Planning. Royal Oman Police ROP held a ceremony to mark the launching of the Oman e-visa system. This system comes within a group of e-service that ROP renders to facilitate the completion of the transactions based on e-government system. The e-visa was launched in the Special Task Forces Command under the auspices of His Excellency Yusuf bin Ali bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, with the attendance of the Lieutenant General Hassan bin Mohsen Ashriqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs. The new online Oman e-visa system will contribute in strengthening e-services that ROP renders to the public. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs stated that the new simplified online system is designed to make it easier for hotels and tour operators to book travel visas for guests arriving in Oman. The ceremony included a presentation of the work mechanism of the new e-visa system and how to benefit from this service, especially for those who are coming to the Sultanate. The new website created by ROP allows citizens to enter their nationality and whether they are residents in Oman or not. They are then shown the various visa types they can apply for. The application can be made online, and sponsors can also use the site to register. The website has only two types of visa so far, which are tourist visa and business visa, and they are only available to members list of 1 to 67 countries. With the new e-visa system introduced, visiting Oman has become a lot easier to those who are coming to the Sultanate on holiday for business or just to visit their families. The Minister of Education and University of Cambridge signed an agreement to develop the educational services of both math and science subjects. Experts from the University of Cambridge worked on improving these two subjects to keep up with the level of the Omani students as they were completed after a number of researchers to develop the education curriculum in the Sultanate schools. The first phase of the project will be applied to the students of the 1st to 8th grades. The new developed subjects will enrich the knowledge of the students and allow them to analyze various topics and be good critics. There are also plans to train and prepare the teachers on the new subjects as well. The Public Authority for Civil Aviation, PACA, announced its approval for Salam Air to activate 3 weekly flights between Sohar and Salalah airports during Kharif season. Parker mentioned that it seeks, in cooperation with Oman Airports Management Company, Royal Oman Police and the board is concerned, to complete the initial requirements to license Sohar Airport to receive international flights, to be announced soon. Parker added that Qatar Airways has also shown interest for international flights to Sohar Airport. The authority also confirmed that it has issued approval for Air Arabia to fly directly from Sharjah to Sohar 3 times a week. That 2 international airlines could soon start direct flights out of Sohar Airport. Still to come, a news bulletin. The Minister of Tourism wins the award of the best tourist office in France for the year 2017. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, received in his office today Rear Admiral Shen Hao, Deputy Commander of the East Sea Fleet and head of the Chinese Navy Task Group 150, currently visiting the Sultanate. The two sides exchanged cordial conversations and matters of common concern between the two friendly countries. During the meeting, the guest was briefed on the Governorate of Muscat and its role in serving the community, as well as the historic tourist and civilizational landmarks renowned in wilayas of the Governorate. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis Al Raisi, Commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, also received in his office today Rear Admiral Shen Hao, Deputy Commander of the East Sea Fleet and head of the Chinese Navy Task Group 150, and his accompanied delegation currently visiting the Sultanate. The two sides exchanged cordial conversations and the viewpoints on several matters of common concern. Within the framework to promote tourism in the Sultanate, the Tourist Representations Office in the Ministry of Tourism won the Best Tourist Office Award in France for the year 2017. This came within awards called Tourism Victories by the French travel magazine, which is concerned with highlighting the efforts of travel agencies and companies, as well as the active individuals in the sector in France. The winning of this award came to appreciate the efforts exerted by the Tourist Representation Office to introduce the Sultanate's touristic potentials, where around 42,000 French tourists visited the Sultanate last year. With the participation of around 400 male and female students, the activities of the Summer Center for Holy Quran Memorization continue in the Wilaya of Sohar. The center aimed at encouraging Omani youth and children to memorize the Holy Quran, as well as to increase their knowledge towards some religious subjects. The organizers urged parents to encourage their children to exert more efforts in memorizing the Holy Quran, as well as reciting its verses with tajweed. Here now are the Ramadan timings for tomorrow. Fajr prayers are at 3:53 a.m. and Maghrib prayers at 7:01 p.m. And now for the general forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar, and rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate and seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultan of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Supreme Council for Planning discusses performance of the Sultan's economy and indices of the gross domestic product. Royal Oman Police celebrates launching the Omani e-visa system. And the Minister of Education and University of Cambridge signed an agreement to develop math and science subjects. And with that, come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, good night.